Today on CityCast Denver, a brand new convenience store / sandwich counter opened in Cherry Creek last week. But what offended Denverites more? The fact that it's owned by a Trump supporter or the fact that they call themselves a bodega? We're talking about the new wave of MAGA boycotts, plus a new level of nastiness in the chatter around the state capitol, and some of your comments and questions. Today is Tuesday, August 26th. I'm Paul Caroli, and here's what Denver's talking about. Producer Olivia Julev, hey, what's up?
Hey, producer Paul Caroli.
Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, well, I guess that's fair. That's the titles that we hold at this organization that makes this podcast that you're listening to now. And here we are about to do it. Shall we?
We're here. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Before we get into the show, we want to let you know about our membership program. You probably heard us talking about it before if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, but we would love it if you would become a CityCast Denver neighbor and support this show going strong every single day. A newsletter as well. Hey, Denver, every morning, letting you know what you need to know and what you want to know about Denver. Everything fun and important going on. You also get perks if you join, like you can shout out a favorite local business or an ad-free podcast feed. That's pretty cool.
I specially schedule that for you. I make that special. No, I literally do. I literally make that ad-free podcast special, and I put it in a special feed just for you. Literally. No, I'm serious. Every single day I put it in a special feed. Paul laughs, but he does it too.
I mean, yes, but
we put it in a special feed, literally just for members.
It's true.
It's true. You are literally special when we do this. So you're welcome. Enjoy.
It is true. And it's a great perk. And the other great perk this week, not going to get more specific than that, but maybe this week-ish, sometime around the week that is this one, we're going to do our next member meetup, which we got a great venue picked out. Really cool people over at the Schoolyard Beer Garden are hosting us, and
they're the best.
Free beer to the first 40 people to show up, and
get there quick.
What's better than that?
It's gonna be great. I've been cooking on this one for a little while now. I'm really excited. Please show up so I look like I did a good job. This is my first thing I've planned, so I really want to do a good job. So they continue to employ me here. So please do come. So I look like I know what I'm doing. I would appreciate that. So we can hang out and talk. It'll be fun.
It would be fun. We love meeting listeners, and so.
Yeah, it'll be
join.
Great.
Sign up now, membership.citycast.fm. RSVPs for that event close Tuesday at 5 p.m. So do it now if you want to come. Let's get to the news. Our first topic is the rise of boycotts here in Denver. We had been seeing it earlier this year. I think there was this big wave of them right after the inauguration in D.C., and now there was a conversation that started around a new business that opened last week in Cherry Creek North.
Yeah. So I was seeing this kind of blow up on TikTok a little bit, but it's kind of stretched all the platforms. And now I'm seeing stories about it. But this place called Town Pump Bodega and Town Pump Eatery that's in Cherry Creek.
What were you seeing about it? Because I got some facts, but I want to know what people were saying.
So I was seeing your typical influencer reels of it, the highlight shots of the aesthetic insides, the aesthetic offerings, the matchas, the eats, the stuff on the shelves. They have pretty interesting looking kind of shelves and stuff in there. The inside has a unique look. And so I was seeing kind of the influencer highlight shots of that. Mm-hmm. And then I started seeing I'm a comment lurker. So I started going in the comments and everyone was like, F you, why are you supporting this business? And I was like, ooh,
brand new business.
Ooh, gossip. Ooh. So I was like, what's that? Mm-hmm. So then everybody was kind of linking to some people breaking it down. And turns out everyone was like, hey, first of all, everyone was like, why are you calling this a bodega? This is in Cherry Creek.
Yes.
And the stuff we're seeing on the shelves are spirulina capsules. Girl, they got that at the bodega? What are you doing? What's going on here? But then the second wave of this was like, hey, this is MAGA. Like, these are MAGA people. And so they started kind of like, I mean, there were some of your typical TikTok breakdowns of people like talking on the green screen about what was going on. But it sounds like you kind of have these facts for me too.
I don't know if I have much more facts than that. I couldn't find a lot of it. I mean, I think the most important thing is that who the actual owner is.
Yeah.
So the owner is someone that, I mean, her family is all over Denver. So if you're thinking about boycotting the town pump, this new business over their ties, their politics, like, get ready. Her name is Dana Monfort, of the Monfort family that owns the Rockies and a lot of real estate around downtown. So like, she's married to Kenny Monfort, which is the second generation. Kenny's dad is Charles Monfort, the co-owner of the Rockies, with his brother Dick Monfort, who I think is a little bit more active in the running of the team. But as for like their political persuasions, you'd have to ask them, and I'd love to if they want to reach out and come on the show. Always wanted to talk to the Monfort brothers. But you can see on OpenSecrets.com, like, Charlie Monfort, yes, definitely did donate money to Donald Trump. Here it is, 2023, several donations of like $247. Looks like every month for about 6 months.
$247?
Yeah, I don't know why exactly.
I guess 47. President
I don't
for
know.
47.
Maybe there's some campaign finance law that limits.
Weird.
Or maybe they were asking for that specific amount at that time.
Number 47. The thing that people were pulling up on TikTok was a screenshot from one of the owners' Instagrams, which was a group of them all at it appeared to be like a Mar-a-Lago fundraiser.
Oh, interesting.
And one of them was holding up a beaded clutch that said MAGA on it, and was like holding it above her head, and they were all like, we love Mar-a-Lago or whatever. And they were at some sort of like benefit thing, and everybody loved screenshotting that and sharing it. And then immediately the Instagram went private after that went up. So but I mean, the picture's already out there. So
it's not the kind of buzz they wanted.
No, but I mean, I feel like that's kind of like fair game when you're starting a business. Like, you kind of got to look at your online like footprint and be like, like, people are gonna, like, whether or not, I mean, the people of TikTok work fast. I mean, it's kind of like surprising. I mean, maybe they did, but I'm like, it's always like, you got to look out for the journalists of the town, digging up your stuff. But it's like,
no, it's anyone these days.
It's the sleuths of TikTok. They found those screenshots fast, so it was interesting.
I wonder if it was the using the word bodega that got people a little bit like suspicious enough to like look into it a little bit more to see who was doing this.
It was definitely like a dog whistle for people, like, because people were pissed immediately and were like canceling it immediately when they saw Bodega and Cherry Creek in the same breath. And they were like, that's an oxymoron. Like, what are you doing? Why would you say that? That's almost laughable.
Yeah.
And then they went and looked, and they're like, oh, that's why you're saying that, because you're a MAGA Republican.
Yeah.
Like, that would be the person that would call a Cherry Creek store a bodega, a MAGA Republican. Got it.
Here's the quote from Dana Monfort explaining how she got there, because that was the interesting part to me. Obviously, there's the issue of like boycotting Trump-owned businesses, which everyone's going to have their own opinions about. But how they got to the bodega thing was, there's an article in Westward about this. So Dana Monfort says, she lives in Cherry Creek. She says, this area is just so walkable. And so I was walking around, and it was one of those days that I was sick, and I was like, why is there no place I can go and grab Advil or Dayquil? All the classics, hydration, whatever. Okay, because apparently there was a Safeway in Cherry Creek North that closed in 2018, and there isn't really a place like that. And then she goes on. In New York, they have little bodegas on every street corner. And here's my favorite part. And then we were in California one time, and we ran into this little place in Napa Valley. She recalls, actually, it was basically very similar to this, what she's now created. Everybody needs Advil. And in Napa Valley, we got some water, some snacks, and then a really, really good bottle of wine.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, presumably there was no Bodega cat in the Napa Valley shop that she
Girl has never been to a Circle K. Girl has never been to a 7-Eleven. Like, what?
I know. It was funny.
It's wild. It's like, God, the gentrification of grabbing a Gatorade at the gas station. It's wild. It's actually wild.
Although bodega is kind of an interesting word in Denver because we don't really have that culture so strongly. We have a lot of places that are calling themselves bodega now. There's a place in Five Points. It's a bodega. Also kind of upscale, although not like Napa Valley upscale.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the sandwich shop now known as ODB's, formerly Bodega, that had to give up the name due to a legal dispute.
Yeah. It's like also not really, I don't know, it's not really the culture of Denver. It doesn't seem like as much. And also like we don't have a lot of neighborhoods that are like lend themselves to bodegas.
Yeah.
You know, or that kind of thing, really. It kind of reminds me of that guy, is it in Lodo, that does the like vending machine garage thing? I'm like,
Lohi, just up north of Little Man on the Highlands.
It's like that's kind of the Denver version of it.
I think he would probably say something like that.
I'm like, that's what we have. Like that's our culture. Like we're not gonna culture vulture the bodega. This is what we've made instead. We've got the vending machine garage.
That is funny. The urbanists, I think, would say, I mean, look at the walkable neighborhoods. There's not a lot of walkable neighborhoods in Denver. And Cherry Creek North, where she lives, and she has this need, happens to be one, and it happens to be one of the wealthier neighborhoods because it's so desirable, because it's so walkable.
Yeah, and that's not where like the history of bodegas came from.
No, New York walkable for a different reason. Yeah,
exactly. So kind of a weird, kind of an icky feeling, but it's funny watching the people online come for this spot. I did enjoy it.
I stopped by.
It was popping, wasn't it?
It was incredibly crowded. People are loving it. I went in there, there's 3 areas, like you said. There's the what they call a bodega, which is like, the fancy pasta.
What was in there? God,
I took a picture of a product that I had never heard of, and I was like, what even is this? I gotta find it.
What can you get there?
You can get Advil, you can get like cereal.
Do they have Gatorade with the little nipple top? Because that's what I want when I go in.
I don't think so.
What?
No, they have Magnesium Gut Barrier Plus, which is a sleep tonic with prebiotic lemon balm and L-tryptophan.
That'll be $75 for 4.
No price tag on there.
Exactly.
Don't even know.
If you have to ask, you can't afford it, girl.
It was packed though. That was the bodega area was packed. The sandwich counter was packed, and then the Little Man on the other side was crowded too.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the vibes they were trying to curate on these influencer reels. I mean, I saw exactly what they were trying to do. They were serving matchas. It's another culture they were appropriating. I mean, like it was. I was talking to my friend McKenna, our former interim newsletter editor, and she was like, people are desperate for this like Instagrammable third space. Like I think young people in particular want like this cool spot to hang out. And like, I don't know, if you didn't hear this stuff online.
I mean, maybe if you did hear it, maybe these people did hear it, they just don't care.
Yeah, I mean, people online, I was reading in the comments, some people were like, thank you for saying this. Now I'm definitely going to go patronize this business.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So like some people were like, thanks for pointing this out. I want to know where these businesses are so I can go patronize them.
Yeah, I mean, that's such a new thing in politics,
yeah, and I was like,
I think.
Wow.
We have to remember 18% of Denver voters voted for Trump in 2024. Like they're out there.
Yeah.
They're not out there waving the flag typically, but
they're lurking on TikTok.
They're our neighbors.
They're quietly lurking.
The person I talked to behind the counter at the bodega, I asked her about the online stuff, and she was like, ugh, whispered to me, the bullying.
Oh.
Yeah.
The bullying.
This episode is brought to you by Kuvo Jazz. It's not the notes you play, it's the notes you don't play. Miles Davis. A lot of people say podcasting is like jazz. The real genius is in all the terrible takes you don't say. And that's why I'm so excited to be sharing my love of Kuvo Jazz, a legendary local public radio station with a mix of jazz, blues, and Latin music reflecting the rich cultures of its listeners on 89.3 FM. Megan and I, that's my wife, have only 5 preset stations in the Prius, and Kuvo is one of them. Always a good place to land. That's a personal testimonial from me. They also host intimate studio sessions with nationally touring artists and put the spotlight on Colorado's rising stars and student musicians too. From timeless classics to modern innovators, Kuvo is a great way to discover the stories behind the music and the artists who keep these genres alive. Join the community, support, listen, and connect at kuvo.org. That's kuvo.org.
This episode is brought to you by Cozy Earth. Getting out of bed on a cozy morning is already hard enough, especially when my husband is still asleep and he looks so peaceful. But pair that with the most comfortable sheets from Cozy Earth, and it's nearly impossible for me to get out of bed, let alone wake this guy up. Because these sheets are life-changing. They're temperature-regulating and guaranteed to give you a comfortable night's sleep. Made from viscose from bamboo, they naturally wick away heat and moisture from your body, helping you sleep several degrees cooler, which is important when you're like me and your partner is a literal furnace at night. This tiny 4-year-old man sleeps sideways, so it's me, my furnace of a husband, Greg, and then our child that sleeps sideways. And sweaty. Why are toddlers so sweaty? And he flings his arms around. I'm like, what is he dreaming about? After sleeping on these sheets for a couple months, there's really no going back for me. But Cozy Earth offers a 100-night sleep trial, meaning you can try them out, and if you don't love them, return them hassle-free. But trust me, I don't think you're going to want to. And they have a 10-year warranty, because once you feel this level of comfort, you're going to want it to last a decade. Head to CozyEarth.com and use my code CozyDenver for 40% off. And if you get a post-purchase survey, make sure to let them know you heard about Cozy Earth right here on CityCast Denver. Because your bed should be more than a place to sleep. It should be your happy place. Cozy Earth makes that possible.
Let's talk about this. So the special session is happening. The governor called a special session. Lawmakers from all over the state came back to Denver for a few days, maybe longer, depending on how much they disagree, to talk about AI, to talk about this budget deficit caused by Trump's big, beautiful bill. They're trying to find like almost $1 billion of cuts. They're debating all kinds of things. People are bringing new ideas. But we want to talk about the discourse itself, because this is a place where Republicans and Democrats are in the same room, on the floor, debating these bills, and they don't always get along, but something has changed in the way they do that.
They are still online.
Okay.
They are online.
All right.
But
how does that work, though?
Lately, it's been like taking pictures of each other. And the ones I've been seeing lately are not super flattering, and that's kind of the point. This is like the Ryan Armagos, the Republican. Yeah. Can we catch up listeners on this? Let me give you this whole thing on Ryan Armagos. So this goes back to April of this year, actually, which like it seems like it didn't take that long, but it did. It was back this spring. So back in April, freshman Democratic Rep Yara Zokai was on the floor, doing her job. And then someone who we now know was House Republican Minority Whip Ryan Armagos, according to CPR News, subtly took a photo of her from his seat. We now know from security footage, he had the flash on his camera, which is so cringe to me. Like, it's so funny to me. So he took a photo of her and sent it to his Republican group Signal chat, which like we know about these Signal chats. This is something everyone's got them. Everyone is in Signal. Everybody's chatting on Signal. Sometimes you've got a reporter in there. We were not in this chat, unfortunately. But sadly, invite us. So he sent this to the chat, and all the Republicans in there started kind of being disparaging, and they started calling her a prostitute and a stripper, and just like being really rude. She was wearing like a shorter dress, some like riding boots, and they did not like that outfit. They thought that she looked like a prostitute and a stripper. And at the time that he did this, which we know now, he was the chair of the House Workplace Harassment Committee, which is just conflict of interest. God, I just So and also, yeah, so this was going on, and within an hour of him sharing this to his group chat, which like, oh, very secure Signal, yeah, it was shared to Twitter. By someone, an anonymous account. Sure. And so then it started going viral. And so everyone's like, okay, smash or pass, and like just saying a bunch of really crude stuff against Zokai, and like the threats started rolling in, and just being very disparaging and gross and just like genuinely weird. And like all of this was kind of going on during the time that those 2 legislators in Minnesota were shot. So this was all happening at the same time as like she's starting to get all these threats and all these gross things said about her while there's like this political violence going on states away.
Okay.
So like, I don't know. This was just something that she said in the CPR article I was reading. She was like,
she brought up that connection?
She did.
And she was feeling this cyberbullying.
She felt
online.
unsafe. She was like, I felt unsafe and this was happening states away. And she's like, it felt real. It felt too real.
So what's the latest?
So the latest is that lo and behold, we find out that it's Ryan Armagost that took this photo.
Yeah.
And so they kicked him off of his committee last week. He held that position until last week, which is kind of wild. So special session is going on right now. And Zokai and the Democrats, there's been talk of them actually pursuing a formal censure against Armagost.
Okay. Which would be a pretty big deal. That doesn't happen a lot.
It doesn't happen a lot, but they're saying like this is harassment. This is a big deal. But Armagost just did not show up. He decided to resign. And so that was kind of his choice he made there. And he's said to the rest of the Republicans that he's going to be moving to Arizona to pursue a personal relationship. So not sure what that means, but I guess he resigned effective immediately on Thursday afternoon. So
Interesting. Well, where does that leave us then in terms of this discourse? Like, are these other lawmakers? What are we seeing?
I'm seeing this happening still. I guess this like act of posting people in the house, like on the floor, online, doing their job.
It meant to disparage them and bully them like this?
Yeah,
Like, tell me, give me an example.
Ones I've seen. So I saw one. I saw it this morning. This one was posted about. It's a picture of House Representative Katie Stewart from District 59, and it was posted by Forest Mommy on Twitter, who is kind of one of the like Do Better Denver adjacent, just like provocateurs on Twitter. But she posted a picture of her at her desk, and she's got like a pastry at her desk and like some cookies. Mm-hmm. And she says, "Why not bring 2 tubs of cookies?" And then just like inviting everyone to start ganging up on her, and just like it's got almost 3,000 likes, and like the comments are just really mean. It's just kind of weird seeing this sensation happening of like taking pictures of people doing their job. I try to think about like what it would be like for us or like for me. It's like a weird sensation. I also saw another one of Brianna Titone, who's like no stranger to harassment and bullying at work. She gets misgendered like on the reg. She's
famously, I think, Colorado's first openly trans lawmaker.
Yeah, but somebody posted a picture of her and is misgendering her and like making fun of the way that she's sitting and, calling her a man, and everybody's ganging up on her in the comments and kind of being like, you don't hate her enough. You don't hate Democrats enough, just kind of based on this picture of her that's taken out of context, I think. So it's just an interesting kind of phenomenon going on of like these pictures taken of people at work that has nothing really to do with what they're doing at work, like what someone's wearing or what someone's eating or how someone's sitting, when like that has nothing to do with like the policies they're working on and stuff. So, but like it's interesting because I haven't really seen as much of it from the other side.
The Democrats you haven't seen doing this?
Mm-mm. I don't know if you have.
No.
So I don't know if this is like working or like.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, I'm not really paying that much attention to what these people are posting online, to be honest. I know when I talked to our friend Deep Singh Badesha, he was saying that there's been an uptick in this kind of thing since the Zohran Mamdani victory in the Democratic primary in the mayor's race in New York. But I don't know if this is where people are looking for politics right now. I mean, maybe for these accounts, like you whip your followers up into a frenzy and you point them in the direction of one of the people that you disagree with. And I guess that is, leading to more momentum behind the things that you want to support. But I feel like this is Republicans in Colorado with no power just floundering, looking for anything.
I guess
because they have no power in this chamber.
It's true. It's just disappointing to see, I don't know. It's a bummer.
That too. I mean, if you're talking about long-term effects, you'd think about, people prospectively running for office, young people who are super online, seeing this kind of discourse, thinking, why would I put myself in a vulnerable position to be taken advantage of or cyberbullied and have my photo taken and attacked like this? It sounds awful.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I have to be photo ready all the time to do my job. Like, that sucks. It's weird. It's a weird thing. And I think it's good that they pursued a censure. And I feel like that, I don't know. I feel like that sent a message, but also then I'm seeing these tweets this morning. So I'm like, did it? I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe they're just being more careful now.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see.
CityCast is brought to you by Wise, the app for international people using money around the globe. With Wise, you can send, spend, and receive up to 40 currencies with only a few simple taps, and save up to 55% compared to major banks. Plus, Wise won't add hidden fees to your transfer. Whether you're buying souvenirs with pesos in Puerto Vallarta or sending euros to tip your Coliseum tour guide, you're getting a fair exchange rate with no extra markups. That's what makes Wise the fast, affordable way to use your money around the globe. Wise offers 24/7 live support and runs over 7 million daily checks to catch and prevent fraud, so your money is where it's supposed to be. Be smart. Join the 15 million customers who choose Wise. Download the Wise app today or visit wise.com. Learn more by visiting wise.com/US/compare. Terms and conditions apply.
Let's move on to listener comments. We always love hearing from you. Every Tuesday, we like to take a comment or a question from our brilliant and hilarious listeners about the things you care about. This time, we've got a whole bunch of stuff, tons of comments and questions. I thought it might be nice to start with this one from a city worker. We were talking about layoffs that the mayor ordered last week. 169 people were laid off from the city. This is an email from, let's just say AF.
I was disappointed to hear Paul falling for and parroting the line that the mayor was able to minimize the number of layoffs. The mayor did cause rampant speculation and everyone to fear the worst case scenario by keeping everyone in the dark, either by intent or incompetence. There were offices/departments that reached their budget reduction goals without needing to lay off staff. The mayor mandated that every office/department must lay off some staff. At least that's what I heard on the inside before I got laid off.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, AF. I know that's going to be difficult, but I do hope that it means you're moving on to bigger and better things. We heard so much about the uncertainty and the pain and the anxiety that this whole thing has caused for the last few months, and you're certainly not the only one to talk about that. That was a big issue all last week. But I don't know. I mean, as for like parroting the mayor's perspective, that was what he said. This is how the mayor's talking about this. I think maybe we could have done a better job of applying context. Like there was, I was talking to a friend over the weekend who looked at, who works for Denverite and was talking about the last time that the city did layoffs 16 years ago when Mayor Hickenlooper was ordering it. He said Hickenlooper was like talking about this a year in advance, how it was going to go, negotiating different, like how the processes were going to go. So, I mean, maybe Mayor Johnson could have done it a different way. Obviously, he's going to be judged on this in the next election. People are going to remember this. So we'll see. It's really up to the voters to decide.
Yeah.
Shall we do another one?
Yeah.
Okay. This is let's do a voicemail. Let's do a voicemail from someone.
Hey, JD from Lakewood. Are we dismissing this gondola idea too quickly? I think it's a very innovative, great idea, which I think we need here in Denver. All right. Denver downtown does not need another parking lot or another dog park. Okay. No one's going downtown for a park. So, I'd rather have a parking lot because I'm going to drive downtown if I'm going to get down there anywhere, but not if there's a gondola, baby. All right. Let's hear them out. All right. We got some of this bridge money freed up. Let's move that over to some gondola research. It'll be fun, if nothing else. And it's a way to look down on people. Yeah. And just don't forget, Paul, you can't spell parking lot without park. So
Okay.
have the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
All right, and you should respect that westward lady more. All right, next time you get mouthy with her, all right, I'm going to have to call back.
Oh, well, thanks for calling, JD. You're talking about Westward editor Patty Calhoun, and a lot of stuff. The gondola thing, he's still thinking about it.
Yeah, the gondola thing. I mean, I don't think we need the money for research. That guy we had on pretty much had all the research done. We just need the money towards the gondola, basically. Also, the park and parking lot thing, I kind of like that because I always really like when I have to go somewhere. I mean, I don't know if this really happens in Denver that much, but like when I'm in the Midwest and you got to go somewhere and in the overflow parking, you have to park on the grass. Something feels really good about that to me. So I don't know. I just feel like I'm off-roading in my Subaru. So maybe we could make it a park and a parking lot. So you just park on the grass, but it's still a park, but sometimes you can park on it.
Do you ever like know someone where like at their house maybe they had a big front yard,
And they
but
just
they were
drove
like,
in it?
don't worry, just park in the yard. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, one time I was at my friend's house growing up, and one day we put the trampoline in the front yard, and we're jumping on it, and then her dad brought us pizza, and he drove his car up into the front yard, up to the trampoline, and just handed us the pizza out his window, and it was so cool.
That was cool.
It was so cool. So yeah, I love that.
Meanwhile, giant tread marks across.
He did not care.
What?
He didn't care.
I mean, it's his house.
We
yeah.
should do that.
Yeah.
We should do that though.
Great.
Parking lot.
Parking lot. I just like a zinger. I thought that was a funny line from JD.
Oh, it was
Love
great.
a zinger.
Great.
Even if the person zinging is wrong. Hey, thanks for calling in, JD. Thanks for leaving us messages. Everybody who did, you can send in your takes, questions, comments, whatever you want, anytime about any episode we've done recently or anytime, ever. Whatever you want. 720-500-5418. Again, the CityCast Denver hotline is open at 720-500-5418. And that's all for the show. Thanks for joining me, Olivia.
Thanks. Come to the member meetup.
See ya. That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. If you enjoyed the show, why not take a minute to tell former Representative Ryan Armagost about us? Rate the show wherever you get your podcasts, and subscribe to our morning newsletter, and learn more about us at denver.citycast.fm. Thanks to our new neighbor, Maria V., who just joined our membership program so she could RSVP to the meetup at the Beer Garden this week. Thanks, Maria. You can support the show and get great perks by becoming a CityCast Denver neighbor at membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. See you then. Oh, ran out of breath.